First Alert 5 weather.
And right now we are in the beginning of a period of more red flag warnings. In fact, these will continue overnight tonight and into tomorrow night, all the way through 9 p.m. Monday for most of the News 5 viewing area. In fact, all of the News 5 viewing area and parts of southwestern Colorado up towards the Denver metro included in this high fire danger threat. So I mentioned a few times in this broadcast and our 4:30 newscast just how rare these red flag warnings are during the overnight hours. Let's talk about some of these facts here. Less than 1% occur red flag warnings between midnight and 4 a.m. That information coming for our area from the National Weather Service, Pueblo. The reason why: we usually see humidity recover overnight as those winds tend to weaken. That is not going to be the case tonight as we get a very strong push of wind from a big storm that's coming out of Utah. That'll bring some rain and snow to areas to our north, but for us, we will be too far away from the center of that circulation to bring us anything but wind. So again, tomorrow, unfortunately, more critical to dangerous fire weather conditions. We back it off a notch Tuesday to Wednesday into Thursday as well, but I still think we'll be elevated to critical at best over the next couple of days, even into Friday, potentially Saturday of next weekend. The high fire danger risk just not going anywhere. Today we've seen mostly southerly winds, even southeasterly at times. Right now starting to turn a little more westerly. That's going to be the case later tonight. Right now, strongest gusts locally up towards the Air Force Academy. The Rampart range sensor also showing a gust up near 40 miles per hour. Strongest for now generally south of the Pikes Peak region. Look at the winds into the mountains, the San Luis Valley. These areas where that brown shading is generally gusting up over 50. Even for Pueblo right now, gusting at about 48 miles per hour. Let's take a look at the latest modeling and show you what we can expect. I think we do get some weakening of the wind here for areas east of the interstate early tonight and into the overnight hours. But west of the interstate, this is where those powerful damaging gusts will be allowed to set up. And I think some areas into the mountains could see gusts over 80, even 90 miles per hour. Then by tomorrow morning, some of that upper level wind mixes down to the surface, and you can see by noon gust up over 60, even 70 around Woodland Park, and we could see some of those gusts around 50 to 60 from the Springs to Pueblo. Also that strong around Canyon City, Florence, and up towards Penrose as well. So a lot of upper level energy screaming towards the Centennial State, where you see these brighter yellows and oranges. That indicates some very strong upper level dynamics, and those winds again get some push and go from the upper levels of the atmosphere down to the surface over the next 12 to 24 hours. Your temperatures tomorrow are going to be a little warmer than what we saw today. We're back to the 80s in the Springs with upper 80s to lower 90s around Pueblo. So you can see on Futurecast that latest system doesn't bring us any much needed moisture, and it looks like a similar setup here for most of the upcoming week as the storm track just stays too far north of us here in southern Colorado to just shake up this pattern. We try to get a little bit of moisture along and east of this dry line for the eastern plains Wednesday afternoon to Wednesday night, but I think most of us do stay dry at least through the middle to end of next week. Overnight lows tonight fairly mild with all that wind mixing the air, dropping down to the 50s in most spots. Your highs tomorrow into the 80s around the Springs and Pueblo. 82 expected in Canyon City. Here's that super 7-day forecast. And Andy, I'm going a 4 out of 5 on the impact scale. And that's a look at some of those gusts in and around town. Again, for areas west of the interstate, maybe around 50 to 60, even 65 to 70 mile per hour gusts possible. No sign of rain, no sign of moisture over the next 7 days. Very high fire danger expected here in Pueblo through at least Friday. I think we get some weakening of the wind though, finally, as we head towards next weekend. Canyon City, very windy, very warm, even hot by Wednesday with a high of 90. With a little bit of cooling, no change to the windy and dry weather pattern for Woodland Park. I've gone a 5 out of 5 on the impact scale. Tomorrow, Andy, we could see gusts into parts of Teller County over 90 miles per hour.
Yeah, that can get dangerous.
Very dangerous, yeah.
All right. Well.